Content warning. This episode contains graphic descriptions of bodily harm, murder, discussion of mental health in a criminal setting, loud noises, state-sanctioned execution, gore sound effects, murdered pets, mutilation, intentional poor microphone technique.
This is Officer Roy Austin interrogating suspect number 1. The time is 11:45 a.m. on August 11th, 2022. Suspect in questioning is Brooke Marshall. You have the right to an attorney, which you've denied. I need a verbal confirmation that you have not requested one.
Yes, hi. I do not need an attorney.
Thank you, miss. Could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yeah, of course. My name is Brooke Marshall, and
you can lean back into the chair, miss. The mic will pick up the sound well enough.
What about the sound quality? You won't be able to hear me properly. Okay, fine. Whatever, it's your loss. I'm 26 years old. I'm currently working on a podcast. Well, actually, it's more of an audio drama. I recently got laid off from my work as a cashier, but it's okay. This audio drama will keep me afloat once it's done. Okay, so this audio drama is basically about this guy, right? You know how the queer community is a really targeted group? Well, in my audio drama, the protagonist is killing the queerphobic, the transphobic, you name it. We as a community are taking back the turf. As what I assume is a cishet person, you might feel really targeted, but in reality...
I didn't ask for a play-by-play, miss. I'd like to know more about you.
Well, I'm not as interesting. Be more specific. What do you want to know?
Okay. What's your living situation like?
Well, I'm living in an apartment with my cat. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom kind of place. The cat's name is Hannibal, by the way. I'm not really out much since I got laid off, so he is good company. Rarely complains about my late nights writing and researching.
Cat, Hannibal. Yikes. Right. Do you do anything else other than this podcast?
Audio drama. But duh, of course I do. I'm doing a lot of activism in my free time. I'm currently raising money for the homeless. You know, dealing and mining crypto, all that jazz. But, Officer Austin? Yeah. Is this gonna take long? I've got a lot of work to do. I have a tight schedule.
We're not done by a long shot, miss. Just try to answer the questions so we can move on. Do you know why you're here?
Honestly, Roy? Can I call you Roy? Not really. I was just doing my own thing when some cops came and broke down my door. At first I thought it was some home invaders, so I had to defend myself, you know? By the way, will someone come and repair that door? I don't want Hannibal sneaking out. He brings in a lot of dead mice. Yuck.
Don't worry about the door. Or some mice. You put 2 of my best men in the ICU, one of them in critical condition. That's on top of the 15 people you're accused of violently murdering.
Okay, wow. That's a pretty heavy accusation to throw around. Kill people? I've just been doing research. That's not a crime, is it? I mean, fair enough with the officers, but I was fearing for my life.
We found your field recorder. Is this not you on the recording?
Field notes. November 4th, 2021. I'm going to try something different this time. I've reached the end of what Google can teach me on the subject. I need some more hands-on experience. I've got another test subject here on the kitchen counter. Cute. Not too fat. Okay, let's begin. So that's what an eye sounds like if you squeeze it. Interesting. Now if I it takes longer to crack it like this than I thought. I'm gonna have to find a way to write around that. Hannibal, get off the counter. Stupid cat. I don't want to bathe you again. Note to self. Well, this is good practice, I feel like. Realistically speaking, they would be screaming when these things happen. Whoa, that is a lot of blood. I need to make sure that they are alive in the future. Remember, just reinstall Tinder. Invite people over for dates. Well, now... Yeah, that is me.
We have found 14 similar recordings.
Yes, that's what's still on my Zoom. You have my Zoom. Why wouldn't the most recent recordings be on there?
Recent? Are there more?
Obviously. Some are in my computer. I've uploaded them there to edit them. But that's mostly research on people more respondent. Besides, murder is such a heavy word. I mean, I'm doing good work. I'm telling you, this is going to be the most authentic show out there. I'm going to be a huge name soon enough, you'll see. In fact, and this is a spoiler, but at the end of the season, the guy will get caught. This, what we're doing here, is fascinating stuff. I wasn't sure how to make the interrogation scenes, but getting to see what an interrogation actually is like is a huge help. Is there any chance I could borrow the recordings when we're done?
What recording?
This one. The one you're doing of me right now.
Are you serious?
Yes, of course. I thrive for authenticity.
This podcast will never be published.
You sound like my friends right now. Did you know that? They're all spoiled sports. All of them. Although, at the end they got to help with my research, so I guess in a way they believed in me in their own way. They're so sweet. But why wouldn't I be able to? I'm a great writer and everything. I've got it all figured out.
You're going to spend the rest of your days in prison. You murdered 15 people. There's no way any jury would acquit you.
You're throwing that word around like it's nothing, Roy. This isn't murder. It's education. It's entertainment. It's art. I'm sure whatever jury will see that. Appreciate that.
I'm not getting through to you. We've reached a dead end. You've hurt countless of people. Innocent people. They're dead because of you.
Beauty is pain, sir. I don't know what else to tell you.
Brooke, I don't know what to tell you. But there's no way to get around what you're standing accused of.
Am I free to go? I've answered all of your questions. Unless you want to hear more about my story, I don't have much else to say.
No, you're not.
Roy, buddy, be real here. Am I under arrest? Because if I'm not, I'm gonna leave now.
I'm sorry. What?
If you don't intend on arresting me, then you have no right to keep me here. I've done enough research to know that.
You've been under arrest for weeks now. You are the primary suspect. You can elect to not answer further questions as part of your Fifth Amendment rights, but that'll only send you back into the cell.
Why are you doing this? Do you hate art?
This has nothing to do with me. If you don't want to answer further questions, that's all right, but...
I've only gone along with this charade because it proved valuable for my research. But you, Officer Austin, are not going to stop me from working. Let me go right this instant.
No, you cannot leave.
I want a second opinion.
A what?
A second opinion? Like at a doctor's office.
That's not how... Okay, I'm going to end this now. Interrogation concludes at 11:55 a.m. All that girl needs is a goddamn doctor at this point.
This is psychiatrist Billy Hawkins speaking. In the room with me is Brooke Marshall. This recording is a request from Miss Marshall, is part of her research. It's Monday, August 15th, and the time is 1:15 p.m. Did I miss anything, Brooke?
Nope. Nice one, Doc. Just like we practiced.
Thank you. So, Brooke, I believe you're writing a podcast? Officer Austin got me up to speed. What made you interested in this?
First of all, it's an audio drama. But to answer your question, I don't know really.
Brooke, please. You can talk freely here. It's really you who wanted to record. I mean, we can turn it off if you like.
No! Leave it.
Fair. Your call, Brooke. So, will you tell me a bit more about the background of this audio drama?
Fine. It all started back when I was a child, really. You know the first Saw movie came out when I was only 7 years old? Mom said I wasn't allowed to watch it, but me, my dad, and my brother Anthony went to the cinema anyways. I was hooked after that. It's a masterpiece. Have you seen it, Doc?
No, I can't say that I have.
As they continued the series, I felt like I could relate to Jigsaw more and more. I don't think he's such a bad guy, you know. Well, obviously you don't know, you haven't seen it yet. Well, anyway, that guy just fucking resonates with me, you know?
Right. And that's why you decided to do this audio drama?
Well, somebody's gonna carry on the legacy. And as we all know by now, listening to a story is a new big thing. People are on the go, they don't have the time or patience to sit through a movie. Now, they can indulge in their favorite genres while doing anything. One of my friends, Olivia, she even listens to true crime podcasts when she falls asleep. What I'm doing is way more ethical than true crime. I mean, can you imagine making money out of other people's misery and trauma?
Sure. So are you doing this for Olivia?
God, no. This is for everyone. Besides, she's not really here to listen to it now, is she?
Brooke, can you tell me where she is?
Well, she's in my audio drama, of course. She's my star. She made excellent sound effects, by the way. Barely had to edit them.
I'm glad you found your research successful. Although, I'm curious. Why did you use her? If she was your friend, I mean...
Well, Doc, I don't know if you know this, but participants in this sort of studies are hard to get by. I even posted an ad on Craigslist, but damn, those who replied were nut jobs.
Sure, but don't you miss her? Or the others?
I mean, as I said to Officer Austin, beauty is pain. Some things have to be sacrificed for the sake of art. It's like in Lord of the Rings when Aragorn kicks.
Yeah. When he kicks the helmet and the actor breaks his toe. Do you really think that this is comparable, though?
Are you judging me? Maybe we should just stop.
I'm just curious. Please, Brooke, humor me. Let me into the mind of a great artist.
Oh. Well, yes, of course, it's not really the same, and yes, I'd be happier if she was listening to it, but what can you do? Why do you have that clock? It's really loud.
Oh, you mean this? I got this from my dad when I graduated. It's really kind of dear to me.
Oh. Did you have a good relationship with your dad?
I did. I'm an old man now, though. He's been gone for 26 years. Bad ticker. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think of him. What about your dad? Do you have a relationship with him?
Not anymore. He passed away like 18 years ago.
No, I'm sorry about that. Was it sudden?
As sudden as a bullet through the brain is. He killed himself. Gambling debt.
Do you miss him?
A bit. I had a better relationship with him than my mom. Him, Anthony, and me were like 3 peas in a pod. And our dog, Rocco. He ran away right before our dad died. I feel like we're drifting away from the important stuff here. So, in my audio drama, there's...
I'm afraid this is all the time we have today, Brooke. I'll make sure to watch Saw before our next scheduled meeting, and we'll discuss your audio drama at length. An officer will escort you back to your cell.
Wait! You gotta end the recording like we practiced.
Okay. Sorry. This therapy session concludes at 1:30 p.m.
This is Officer Roy Austin interrogating witness Anthony Marshall. Time is 1:15 p.m. on the 15th of August, 2022. Thank you for being here.
Any way I can help, officer?
So, we're here to talk about your sister, Miss Brooke Marshall. Are you aware of the allegations?
Yes, officer, I am. And frankly, I cannot say I'm surprised.
Why is that?
Well, I love my sister dearly, of course.
Of course.
But I know she's a bit of an oddball. I mean, she's been this way since always, really. Although not as extreme.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Certainly, officer. Well, when she was a child, she'd only play by herself, rarely had friends over, just sitting beneath the tree in our backyard, talking to herself.
Surely that's not why you've decided to testify against her for playing on her own.
Gosh, no. Being odd isn't a crime. Our family started to suspect something was more than odd when we started observing how she was playing.
Can you tell me more?
Well, it started innocently enough, cutting the hair of her dolls, drawing on their faces. When she started ripping the limbs of dolls and stuffies to build altars, and started drawing these gruesome pictures of our family drenched in blood, that's when Mom and Dad realized something was wrong. One time, she had a friend over, and she tied her to that tree and left her there. Brooke had gone back inside and told us that girl had left. We found this poor girl crying with duct tape over her mouth. That's when Mom and Dad turned to the doctor.
Right. I read in her files she was examined at the local children's hospital. They couldn't really pinpoint anything, right?
Nah. She can play nice when needed to. No one noticed anything off with her. After that, Mom and Dad started to fight. A lot.
And how old were you at the time?
I must have been around 13, so I was kind of aware what was going on. I eavesdropped a lot. My dad wanted to send her away to an institution for special children, but my mom hated the idea. It was her baby, She started to drink pretty heavily. My dad was just angry. Mm-hmm. I had to be around him and Brooke so nothing would happen to either of them.
Uh-huh. Right. And you lost your dad the year after.
We did. We found him in the garage, brains all over the drywall. Things just kind of went south after that. I was just 13, 14. I was too young to be the man of the house, but there I was.
That must have been rough. I'm sorry. Do you know what caused it?
Well, Mom always told people it was because of a gambling debt he couldn't pay off. Embarrassing thing to spread around, but it was better than the alternative.
And, what's the true story behind it?
Did you know he had a dog, Rocco, a huge golden retriever, the apple of Dad's eye? Sometimes I think he loved that damn mutt more than he loved me. He was a really good dog. I'm sorry, sir.
Don't worry, son. Take your time.
Thank you, sir. Well, anyway, my dad walked down to the garage one day to find Brooke sitting on the floor and Rocco in front of her and behind her and next to her. You get it.
You mean she?
She said she just wanted to see if he was as soft inside as her stuffies. I bet she found his insides way more interesting, though.
This is sick. I'm so sorry you had to go through all this.
Yeah, well, Dad decided he couldn't deal with this anymore, so he decided to follow Rocco, to put it nicely. I had to stay close to Brooke after this, make sure she wouldn't hurt anyone else.
So, in your opinion, as a close relative to Miss Marshall, do you think she could have done what she's accused for?
Oh, absolutely. I bet those Saw movies influenced her. She couldn't stop watching those wretched films, and the worst part? She laughed like it was fucking Faulty Tower showing.
I think this is enough for now. Are you willing to testify in court?
Oh, absolutely, sir. Anything to keep the streets safe.
Great. Interrogation concludes at 1:30 p.m. Thank you for meeting me today. Please, sit.
Well, man's gotta eat. Why not make use of that time, I guess. How's the family, Roy?
Well, same old, same old. Wife's mad I'm working too much. Julian, my son, just won his last Little League match. Home run, if you believe that.
Good for him. You must be proud.
Yeah. He gets it after his father, you know. How about you?
Well, Orlando wants to build a deck at our summer house. So now he's really obsessing over what wood to use. He even got Vanessa's boyfriend, Will, to help him. Vanessa is not pleased that her dad whisks her boyfriend away to Home Depot every chance he gets. But a man wants what he wants.
Is that a new deck or a new boy toy?
Ha, ha, ha. Very funny. I bet you don't want to meet me to discuss decks and Little Leagues.
You should be the detective around here.
Yeah, well...
No, I wanted to discuss the Marshall case. I understand you had 2 meetings with her so far.
Uh-huh. One on Monday and then yesterday.
Have you gotten anything useful out of her?
Useful? Sure. Fucking terrifying? Absolutely.
Do tell.
I have all the recordings in my office. I'll make sure to hand them over to you this afternoon. This is, more of an off-the-books kind of talk.
Right. Friend to friend. Speak your mind.
I am terrified of this woman. She is eerily calm. It's like she's not even aware of what she's done, how wrong it is.
She's still confessing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's talking about it as easily as if she was discussing chopping a salad.
But it's her friends.
Please. Oh, I'm eating.
Sorry, I had to.
Well, all right. Anyways, before our session yesterday, she told me to watch these Saw movies. Have you seen them?
Yeah, gruesome fuckers, those films.
Right. She kept raving on how this Jigsaw guy is doing stuff for the greater good, and she wants to follow him in his footsteps.
She knows those movies are fake, right?
I honestly have no idea. We started talking about different inspirations, and she brought up Saw countless times, as well as this black metal band Mayhem from Norway. I guess one of their records seems to have an authentic picture of a guy with his brains blown out. Just sick shit, man.
I think I'm done eating.
Sorry, Roy. She's really into the gory stuff. And she's awfully unfazed by it.
Does she seem remorseful?
No, that's the thing. Not one bit. I've been trying to talk to her about her friends to see if it had triggered some kind of emotion from her, but I have to tread lightly, though. She gets suspicious. I'm judging her, so I have to play along quite a bit just to keep her talking. She's very chipper and polite.
Are you really complimenting her right now? Maybe you're just as big a freak as her.
Oh, fuck, no.
Sorry. So, what are we thinking? Psychopath?
I'm not sure. She doesn't feel remorse. She's violent, she's arrogant, she thinks she's becoming the next big thing, and it's the whole thing, like connecting emotionally and being empathetic towards others. Except her brother and her dad and that dog.
Do not bring up that goddamn dog.
What's wrong with the dog? What do you mean?
Well, according to her brother, they found her with the dog all chopped up in the garage. Wanted to see the insides.
Huh. That's odd. She told me the dog ran away.
She's a fucking murderer, Billy. Are you really shocked she's lying?
I mean, she's so honest about her research. Doesn't really make sense to me that she'd be lying about the dog.
Yeah, well, apparently that's what made their old man end it.
Not gambling?
That's the public story. Gambling debt. In reality, he just couldn't deal with this freak of a daughter.
Did Anthony tell you this?
Yep. Poor son of a bitch. Couldn't have been easy living like that.
What else did Anthony say?
Nothing more than confirming what we already knew, that she's a murderer and should be locked up for life.
And he is testifying, right?
Yep.
I just hope that the jury will make a fair verdict.
Fair verdict? You going soft over there, buddy?
No way. I am as terrified as the next guy. I'm just saying, a person like Brooke might benefit more from compulsory care than rotting away in a cell.
Well, I know I'd benefit more if she was locked up. You can't help them all, Billy. Some of them are just fucked up.
I guess.
We're here today to carry out the sentence passed on Brooke Marshall. Today is the 16th December, 2022. The time is 9 a.m. The jury and judge unanimously determined that she's guilty on all charges. Can you read the charges, Michaelsson?
Certainly. Convicted for murder, 32 victims, assault 1 victim, manslaughter, 1 victim.
Can I help you, miss?
I still think this is outrageous. I don't see how any of this is wrong. It's art, for fuck's sake.
Right. Well, as the state decided, Miss Marshall is guilty on all charges. As her punishment, she was sentenced to death by lethal injection. Per her own request, she decided on death by the electric chair.
I still don't understand why.
What was that?
Nothing. Never mind.
I heard him. I chose the electric chair because it's more dramatic. If I have to die for my art, it better be fucking good, right?
I have read your case file, miss. You do know that the police confiscated all files and audios. This podcast won't see the light of day.
It's an audio drama. But don't you worry your pretty little head. Life finds a way.
Whatever. I'm the one executing this death sentence. My name is Charlie Storm. The person right here is River Michaelsson.
Hi.
Right! We met! They're the one who shaved my head and legs.
This execution will proceed as follows. We're going to connect these wires to your legs and place this cap on your head, as well as a heart monitor. There will be a few cycles of electricity going through you, from 2500 volts to 500 volts. This will go on for approximately 2 to 3 minutes. Now, we will move to an authorized distance, and then I will press the button that will conduct the current into you. Once these steps are over, a doctor will declare you dead. If there are any signs of life left, we'll just go through the procedure again. Do you have any questions?
Nope. Heard you loud and clear, boss.
Viewing on the stands is your mother, Mary Marshall, and brother, Anthony Marshall. Any last words?
Well, all I can say is that I hope you can be proud of me for what I've done. I've created something remarkable here. I cannot wait for everyone else to see that. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Please stand back, Michaelsson. Execution completed. We'll bring in the doctor. Mrs. Marshall, Mr. Marshall, I'm sorry for your loss.
She really believed this entire thing until she died, right? I mean, whoa. How far away from Earth can you be?
I know. Let's just remove the straps and get the doctor. I want to get out of here.
Yeah. Hey, Storm? Doesn't it look like...
What?
Did that boy bring a tape recorder in here?
Thank you for listening to Sixth Door to the Left. Meat was written and edited by My Fröberg, mixing and mastering by Pelle Frid. Assistant editor was Landon Whisnant. The show art was made by My Fröberg, and the Divine Rodentia Studios logos were created by Zacharias Frid. Brooke Marshall was played by My Fröberg. Roy Austin was played by F. Scott Graves. Billy Hawkins was Josh Burgess. Anthony Marshall was Dev Parker. Charlie Storm was Danny Kenyon. River Michaelsson was Bryce Thompson. Visit our website, divinerodentiastudios.transistor.fm for more info. Check out The Gospel of Haven if you couldn't get enough gory, meaty sounds. It's about a cult that lives inside their god and explore the intersection of anatomy and faith. The first few episodes just dropped and we can't wait to hear the rest. Again, that's Gospel of Haven. And until next time.
This has been a production by Divine Rodentia Studios.